When I first decided to start going back to school, it was kind of a last minute decision, and it's been over 20 years since I graduated high school, and it's been 9 years since I graduated from Penn State with my degree in sociology. And so it's a little bit daunting for me to think about diving headfirst into course curriculum and doing things. I'm raising three kids and navigating their school process. And I really wasn't sure what to expect. And this is, of course, the first class that I've taken. And I think all the students, is the first class for everyone. And I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised. I don't do well with online learning, and I was surprised though. The content was really easy to learn as far as the course material with Resonate and Slideology. It made it really relatable with a lot of visuals and graphs and charts and stuff like that, pictures, stories. Especially in Resonate, they use a lot of stories, I think, that were pertinent to the coursework. And there were so many things that I never would have thought about. Even giving presentations, I can think back on speeches and presentations that I did in college 9, 10, 11 years ago. And I would have never thought about placement of pictures on slides, or not putting too many words on the slides, and why we wouldn't do that because people are too busy reading slides rather than listening to you speak. I never really thought about a vocal toolbox. I've never thought about using voice inflection, and I never really thought much about my audience. I thought more about my message and what I was trying to convey rather than who I was trying to convey it to. So there's a lot of things that I would have never thought to consider when giving a presentation or speaking to an audience. I guess I never thought that I would be speaking to audiences ever again after I graduated the first time. I never thought that I would ever be getting up in front of anybody. But here we are. And I'd like to say that I survived the course and I survived doing videos when I'm not very technologically savvy, but I suppose I need to get used to that considering the school that I'm at, very technologically based. But I feel like I met some goals though. I'm proud of myself for accomplishing things, not knowing how to make videos, not knowing how to do slides with voiceovers, and how to save those videos. I'm very much a perfectionist, and I like to be a straight A student. And so, even with my grades not being at 100% all the time, which is uncomfortable for me because I want perfection all the time, I also have to realize that I was so out of my comfort zone with this class, yet I do have to at least be content with knowing that I survived and I accomplished what I was supposed to do with the assignments. And even if it wasn't perfection, learn from that, take the feedback, take the notes, the criticism, and hopefully move on to my future courses here at Full Sail and tackle bigger and better things. And hopefully I can use the skills and the small skills that I learned, but hone those because I know that I've still got a long way to go, and use those for all my future classes. I think this was a good experience to get my feet wet, and I'm excited to put put these skills to use. There's going to be so many things in the back of my mind now anytime that I have to present. Hopefully I won't get tripped up on it with my perfectionist tendencies, and hopefully I won't be overthinking things. So I think that in the future it will be good to look back on notes and look back on the textbooks and stuff like that when making any kind of future presentation. So that way I'll be able to expand on the knowledge that I have already, because I'm sure I could read through those textbooks over and over again, and there's always going to be stuff that I'll pick up on that I didn't know that was in there before, that I didn't remember, or that I glossed over. So that's the wonderful thing about being in school, is just the constant learning. So I hope that it's set a good foundation for all my future classes. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I've been in school, and I think this was a good class to get started with and to just get my wheels turning again in my head. I feel like it's been a while since I've used a lot of my brain power, so I'm really excited to put that to use again, and I'm excited to see where this education takes me. And I feel really thankful and blessed to be here, and I appreciate the class, and I appreciate all everything that you taught us, and just your teaching style was really really laid back, which I appreciate. So I spent a lot of time in the military where things aren't so laid back, so this is a breath of fresh air. So thank you, and I'm glad that I learned a lot.